What up, y'all? It's your boy 210 West, back with another blog. Today I'm not going to do a tutorial, just want to talk to you about some of my personal experiences and some of the mistakes that I've made in the music industry. So this is 210 West. These are my top 5 mistakes that I've made in the music industry. Mistake number 1, getting too cool with people too quick. You know, a lot of times in this industry, you'll meet people who may appear to be on the same page as you. You know, same interests, same musical similarities. But if you meet with somebody who's been in the music industry for a while and they don't got no crew, always be wary of that. And just treat everybody, you know, cordial, but always investigate on the person's background. Don't get overly cool with people too quick, and that's the mistake that I've made. When you get too cool with people, sometimes they start to ask you for a lot of favors, and you start to become a go-to person for them, which may not be the situation that you want to be. So mistake number 1 I've made a lot is getting too cool with people too quick. Fatal flaw number 2, one of my biggest mistakes, is introducing someone to the plug and they run off. What I mean by that is the music industry is a lot like the dope game, right? You know, you may meet someone who can help you take your business or your enterprise into the next level. And the same thing is in this music industry. So one of the mistakes that I've made is introducing somebody to who has the plug on, you know, maybe it's distribution or beats or shows, features, whatever it is. Just keep your connections and your plugs close and near to you, and be cautious on who you share, you know, your hookups with, because it can come back to haunt you in the long run. A person will meet that plug that you gave them and then run off with the plug and never be seen again. So mistake number 2 that I've made is connecting somebody with the plug. Mistake number 3, paperwork. You know, as a new producer, especially, a lot of times you're just so happy to get your beats out, you don't give a damn who, you know, who's rapping on them or anything like that. You just want, here, use my beat, use my beat, use my beat. Paperwork is the biggest mistake that I've made in the long run. Not getting people to sign paperwork, giving out beats, even if it's your friend, somebody that you came in the game with, get them on paperwork, man. They gotta respect you, they have to appreciate it, because you never know what can come from a song. I've talked about it in my tutorial before, in my 5 tips, but whatever you do paperwork. If it's your best friend you came in the game with, if it's your brother, get paperwork. It protects both of you guys. So one of my fatal flaws that I've made is not doing paperwork, and it's a mistake that I'll never ever make again. Another one of my biggest mistakes, which is number 4 in no particular order, is being stingy. You know, being stingy with the platforms that I had, with the beats that I had, with the connections that I had. Not be willing to working with other artists that wanted to work with me at the time. You know, you never know where somebody's going to be at. Just a quick story. About 10 years ago, I was doing an online internet radio show called 210 West Radio. This was before the Turn podcast had even been created. I remember being spammed and spammed and spammed by TDE for us to interview their artists. And we were like, who the hell is TDE? Who was Top Dog? You know, they were spamming us and spamming us and spamming us, and we never gave them never paid them any mind. And now you see where TDE is at as a label and what their artists are. So one of my biggest mistakes is being stingy, but not working with everybody that I should have worked with, and I should have been a little bit more open. So my advice to you is, you know, work with who wants to work with you on some kind of level. Fatal error number 5 for me is not learning how to play more instruments. A lot of people may not know that I was classically trained on the violin in grade school. So I know music theory and I know music, but I think my biggest mistake, especially as a producer, is to not learn more instruments, because I'm a novice at many but a master at nothing. And if I can do it all over again, I would at least be a master at one and a novice at others. So any advice to any producers or aspiring musicians, period, is learn how to play more instruments, learn music theory, and learn how to do more things within the music industry, because you may not always be able to be a recording artist. My fatal error number 5 is not learning how to play enough instruments. Yo, thanks for checking it out. If you like the content, like and subscribe, leave a comment down low. Would appreciate it. Make sure you share the link to a friend. If you know anybody who needs music tips or any advice or just looking to get started. Thanks for checking it out. Follow us on Instagram at The Brand Studio LA on Instagram. Thanks.
Without realizing that the real content of any kind of revolutionary thrust lies in the principles and the goals that you're striving for, not in